It is with an extremely heavy set of hearts that we bring to you today's podcast, which is a re-airing of our 2015 interview with our friend Mac Miller. Mac died at the age of 26 on this past Friday. And our worlds were devastated. This is a really hard one. Even 3 days later when we record this. Because we've seen a lot of people around the world express very eloquently how they felt. His managers, his publicist, his friends, people who were just as close as family, and this is our relationship with Mac. In this business, if you're a white person, you're not supposed to like other white people who love rap just as much as you, Peter Rosenberg didn't like us when we first met, or even before we first met, and we returned the favor. We didn't like Asher Roth. And I think that we weren't supposed to like Mac Miller. Oh man, a teenager who can, who loves rap just as much as us and can spit in so many different ways and represents for the culture before that was a thing. And then we got a job doing these funny, absurdist interviews for MTV. And we went to
Governor's Ball. 2011?
Yep. And we sat down with Mac Miller and we fell in love. And
like immediately. It was the most immediate thing.
He's and that's something, that's a relationship that developed for the rest of his life. We've been over to his house.
We went over to his New York City apartment.
Yeah, we
tried to send him packages to his house.
we knew his friends, we knew his family. One of our closest friends is one of his closest lifelong friends, Ian Wolfson, who's our music video director and was his. He goes by Rex Arrow. We would FaceTime, we would call, we would see each other.
He would shout us out in his Instagram lives.
We and anytime we did anything, a sketch, an interview, a podcast, or anytime we were around each other, there was something special. There was a bond that I don't know why. We're not the same age. We're not from the same town. We didn't have the same experiences, but there was a mutual respect that existed between all of us. And I took a lot of care to go through a lot of video that we have of the three of us and put together a 1-minute Instagram video that I hoped would summarize who he was and how funny he was and how much he grew over the time that we knew him, and showed you a very human side to him. And look, everyone has been and should be talking about the amazing music he made and the amazing live performances that he made and the everlasting relationships that he made across the board. And all that stuff stands and is representative of him. When we put together that video, there was just something that the three of us had that was extremely special. And you can see it in his eyes, and you can see it in his reactions. There's love, and there's life, and there's energy, and these fireworks of
it was a real friendship.
Of comedy. Yeah, you know, we cared for each other, and after Mac put out his latest and last album, Swimming, Mac, you could sense that he was back on good footing, and one of the ways that I knew that was that he reached out to us again, and we were able to correspond with him and tell him in great detail how much he meant to us and how much we loved him, and he was able to do the same back to us. And
that was like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, and then considering where we are today, the fact that it happened and that we were able to say that is so extremely meaningful. And I'm glad we got to say that, and I'm glad we got to hear it from him. And we got to speak with him on Instagram Live last Wednesday, so 2 days before he died. And
we were joking, and it was good, and he seemed like, I mean, we weren't with him, but he seemed like he was in a really good place.
And we heard he was in a really good place.
Right, from people who were around him.
And I hate this. I hate that it happened at all. I hate that it happened to a 26-year-old. I hate that it happened to Mac Miller. I hate that it happened to Malcolm McCormick. I hate it. I hate it for his family, and I hate it for his friends, and I hate it for everyone who loved his music. And we went to a vigil
on Friday night, organized by this kid Ramon.
I hate it for all of them, and I hate it for everybody who has messaged us and told us how much Mac has changed their lives. And I hate it for us. I hate it. This has been extremely painful. Extremely painful. He was so full of light and energy and goodwill and love. And now all we have is the art and memories that he left behind.
A lot of people have reached out to us in the past few days and told us how much this interview meant to them. And it certainly means a lot to us. And we hate that we have to put this interview out again under these circumstances, the same way we had to do, or we felt we had to do when Combat Jack passed away in late December. We put out an episode in we put out the episode again in January. And we know that a lot of people will get stuff out of this episode, this interview. We cover a lot of ground, good and bad. And it captures a moment in time. And so we love you. We love our friend Mac Miller. And thanks for listening.
Long live Malcolm McCormick.
Yo, what up? It's Eric, a.k.a. Blood Money, a.k.a. Slime Does Pay. Yo, what up? It's Jeff, a.k.a. Smoking Phillies, a.k.a. New York Mets.
Hi. Hello. I'm Malcolm Mac Miller. Pow, 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 pow.
This is the waste of time with ItsTheReal. Bow, 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 bow.
Great job.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Hey, Mac.
Yeah.
I like to bring energy to whatever.
That's
I
right.
do.
So we are podcasting live from Mac Miller's new residence in Brooklyn, in Dumbo.
Jesus, man.
What?
You want to give up the building and the
Did not
address?
give up the address.
Mac lives on the quietest street in Brooklyn.
Dumbo is like a 3-block radius. There's not like...
Yeah, there's going to be people waiting outside, like, Powerhouse Books.
Yeah, just waiting to work.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, yo, let me...
Get my email. It happens. I give out my email.
Do you really give out your email?
I have an email to give out. Yes.
Okay, yeah.
No, I have.
Is it my email?
Yeah.
It's thereeal.jeff.
It's not necessarily your email. It's
No.
any
No.
email.
It is my email. It's just I have an email for that.
Our
Have you
mom,
ever opened anything from that email?
Yeah,
Like what?
like people's music that they send me because I listen to everything people send me.
Uh-huh.
That seems like a waste of time.
Our mom was really excited because she knows of you. She knows
Hey,
that.
hey,
Yeah,
hey!
Yeah,
Because-
guess who's waiting outside?
No, mom's a fan because you had us on your TV show.
You know what I mean?
She's seen all the interviews with you. See, you might be our most fun interview strictly because we've interviewed you the most times.
Yeah, I think we've done. Usually it's on film. This is so nice that it's just now everyone gets to hear our voices.
That's right.
Which is all they've really ever wanted.
That's
to.
it.
Right. Because if there's anything I know about us, it's that we all have such nice voices.
Shout out to the moms. It's the real moms, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, she
wants to get signed if you open up your email.
she was like, when's the last time you saw Mac? And I don't know if it's been within the last year and a half or whatever, but I know.
Do you guys mind if I light a candle?
No, please.
Okay.
That's not even a joke. You're really lighting a candle.
Yeah. Okay. Continue.
Are you lighting it for anyone?
For
For peace?
just for the nice smells.
Sure.
I haven't showered.
You thought like in memory of like former.
Former interviews.
That's right.
Yeah.
So the last time I think we spoke to you was right after we had been in LA, and you were still living in LA at that point.
Yes.
And Jeff and I went to this place on Fairfax called No Name.
Okay.
And it has coincidentally no name.
I don't think it's a coincidence.
Probably not.
Yeah.
It accurately has no name.
Right.
And we went there to meet up with our manager, and we ended up sitting in a booth with 2 other girls, and one of the girls starts waving at the door, and in walks in Owen Wilson.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So Owen Wilson sits down in our booth. Now there's 5 of us in there, and we're squeezed in, and Owen's just like, what do you guys do? And we're like, number 1, this is crazy. You're sitting with us, Owen.
Number 1,
Number 2,
hopefully you.
we're hip-hop sketch comedians. He's like, that's fascinating, really interesting. He was like, I was just at home reading this piece in the New Yorker about a guy named Peter Rosenberg. Do you know him?
We're like, yes, we know him. He lives across the street. We went to his wedding. You know, like...
You
yes,
guys
we
are
know,
tight.
We
Yeah.
know him.
we know his email.
And he's like, yeah, like seems like a really genuine guy. Gets along with his parents.
And we're like, yes, that's the takeaway from the article. He gets along with his parents. But then he was also like, do you know this guy, Mac something?
He's a rapper.
He's a rapper. He has a lot of tattoos. And we were just like, Mac Miller? Yeah. Like we were on his
Yes.
TV show. Yeah.
Yeah, we've known him for years.
And
Great
he's
guy.
like, I was just at my neighbor Rick Rubin's house, and we were going from ice bath to hot tub to ice bath together.
Yeah.
And we're just staring at him just like, what are you talking
Look,
about?
man, I'm out here.
And that is very out there.
And so what did we do? Well, first of all, we're like, that's amazing. And he was laughing at everything we said. We were just killing.
Just gotta throw that
Killing.
out there.
And then we're just like, oh no.
He's very high.
He's just super duper high.
Yeah.
Like,
Was he high?
well, I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, like, who eats eggs at, like...
Who laughs at our stuff?
Right.
So anyway.
Shout out, it's the real moms.
So we get back to our Airbnb and try texting Peter, and it's like 3 hours later here in New York. Doesn't answer. Try calling him all the next day. Does not return our phone calls. We're like, you're just
Damn.
an asshole. We have big news to tell you that Owen Wilson is a huge fan. And then we went on the Billboard podcast with Erica Ramirez.
Right.
Called you up, and we were like, what's going on? And I think you might have said the same thing. You're just like, I'm really out here.
I am. Yeah, I had some bonding time. I almost said bondage time with Owen Wilson, but that wouldn't have. That's not what I meant. Bonding time.
Sure.
But The exciting thing was there were two exciting things. One is when the Ice Bucket Challenge was happening.
Yeah.
In that heyday of Ice Bucket Challenges, you could see Rick Rubin's. He videoed his.
Right.
And he started loading up this giant tub.
Right, and he nominated 3 people: Eminem, Rihanna, Owen Wilson.
And we're like, oh my God. It's true.
Yeah.
It really happened.
Yeah, no, that we did that. But how it happened was because like I was walking in with Rick to his house, and he had just said like, just because we get ready to get an ice bath. Owen's in there. My friend's Owen, and I was like, okay, I wonder who this Owen guy is. And then I was like, fucking Owen Wilson. Great guy, by the way. Both our parents are photographers.
Really? Is that right?
Yeah. So,
do you have Owen Wilson's email?
No.
No.
I think it's just Owen at Wilson.com.
Yeah.
Probably. He works for the sporting goods
You
company.
cracked the code. Good work.
Yeah. No, but I'm not like big on like making sure I get people's contact. If the universe wants, a Mac Miller Owen Wilson collabo to happen, it will happen.
Does he rap?
No, but I'm saying there's other ways to collaborate.
Name one.
In a video.
Or in an ice bath.
Yeah, no, but it was. That's like I miss the ice bath sauna.
Well,
it's really helpful for the mind and body.
The other
soul.
thing that sort of signified that you really did this was that Rember Brown wrote a great article in Grantland about you.
Yeah.
And you admitted that you spent a lot of time over at Rick Rubin's house.
Yeah.
Sort of getting your mind right.
Yeah, getting my mind right. Yeah, it was good. I mean, I didn't want to go to a rehab facility, so I called Rick Rubin.
Well,
Accidentally.
Help me!
Well, let's just take it back for a second. You were in Europe,
Yeah, I'm in Europe.
and you felt like
Just shit was getting a little out of hand.
everything was getting out of hand.
Yeah, just I basically just drunk dialed him.
Yeah.
So like, I mean that like it wasn't like I called Rick Rubin from like a coked out corner in my room popping pills like, Rick, please help me, I'm about to shoot up right now. But no, I was just drunk and thinking about life, and I was like, what I would love doing when I got home is like get my shit together. Rick Rubin, you have your shit together, you're still alive, let's do this.
Well, what was
Did he pick up on like First Ring?
Yeah, I mean, not like first ring is in like, did I have to call back?
Right.
Or like,
yeah. I didn't mean like, hello?
like, did he have his phone in his hand? No, yeah. Rick and I are like pretty close.
Mm-hmm.
Well, especially
much closer now, yeah.
I mean, you stayed in the man's house.
No, I didn't stay in his house. I got a house that was down the street.
And then you would walk over?
Yeah.
Like any good
I would
neighbor
golf cart over every day.
Stop.
Yeah, but I like rented a golf cart while I was there because everything in that area is like close by.
Yeah.
So it's legal to like pull your golf cart up to the grocery store and load it up. Like this one night we got drunk and like rode the golf cart all throughout the ungolf cartable places.
Is what, the highway?
No, just like up through things, like knocked over things. It was, then picked them up.
This is while you were detoxing?
Yeah. Well, detox is, subjective.
Okay.
Right. Detox is now Compton.
No. Hey,
Thank you.
That was good. No, I mean, it was, I did like a few weeks to a month of just straight sobriety. But like I drink still, I smoke.
You're still cool.
What's a conversation with Rick Rubin like in that time? I mean, is he just trying to like get to know you?
Yeah, I mean, our relationship started because I went out there to play him music. And
your music.
Yeah. No, just other people's music. Hey, Rick, what's up? I just want you to check out my friend.
You ever hear this like Beastie Boys song?
No, so I went out there and
have you heard of Red Hot Chili Peppers?
yeah, it's like he plays an album called Californication. I went out there and just what I remember is we sat down and the first thing that he said, which I later asked me doesn't remember saying, but he was like, tell me everything. And I was like, do you have time? And his answer to that is yes. Like he's like a very good like someone that's like listen like he is engaged, you know.
Yeah.
So I like basically went through my whole history of as a human being. And
did you look up at the clock and it was like 3 minutes have gone by? And you was like, wait, what?
No. And I was definitely okay. So we talked for a while, and then I'm drinking some tea, looking out at the ocean, and then go inside, and he has like this music sanctuary kind of set up where it's just really nice speakers.
This is Shangri-La.
No, this is at his home.
Okay.
And then
Shangri-La is a separate...
It's a separate entity.
Residence, yeah.
It's a separate entity. It's a studio.
Right.
So I played him this album that I had at the time. I almost said the title. That was close. Okay.
You still have time. It's cool.
This album that I made at the time that's just really experimental. And I remember I played it for him, and his response was, "I've never heard anything like this in my whole entire life." And
In a good way?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, like, he could have been like, I've never...
Yeah. No, like, he was really into it. Yeah, so we just listened to that. I just wanted to say that compliment because I was sick. And then, just had a lot of talks about just life and we both love the Beatles and, like, transcendental meditation and just all that types of stuff. And that's how our relationship started. So...
Okay, a couple things. What kind of tea did you have? Did you have your selection?
I think I had black tea, if I can remember.
Okay.
Boring.
All right. Asshole.
Jeff wants, like, orange in there.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
no, I mean, just saying, it's just like, Rick Rubin is a human being as well. He has black tea at the house. And he also has chickens.
Actually, that's
He
fair.
has chickens?
Yeah, where there's, like, the freshest eggs you can imagine.
Oh, live chickens.
I believe, yeah.
And does he pick the eggs?
I don't know exactly how he does it.
Okay.
I've never been like, Rick, do you mind getting eggs and letting me watch you? Just a research
You know what would
project.
go great with this tea? Eggs. And
No,
you know
but-
what else? Sausage.
he just showed me a lot of stuff. And then when I was out in Europe doing a show, that's when I called him.
Oh, I see where it is in the timeline now. Gotcha. So you already had a relationship with him.
Yeah,
This
but
wasn't
it wasn't like we hadn't hung out all the time. It was just like I went over there a few times, and then me, we hang out 3 times. You're now my best friend, so
Right.
so I'll call you when I'm depressed. So it's like, hey,
Yeah.
about for hangouts, and he's like, I know a good therapist. Yeah.
I like the idea that Rick has these hens there, and as part of your therapy, it's just like, well, it's like sort of like Karate Kid. It's just like, here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna go pick eggs, and you're like, I don't understand.
It is it's very like it's like a strict routine and schedule that we stayed on. Waking up with the sun and going to sleep at night earlier.
Yeah.
And
Is there anybody that, I mean, like, you don't have to name names, but is there anybody he's done this for as well? Or is this like his first time, like, taking in, like, a person?
taking in a struggling young
a runaway.
a runaway from LA. No, I don't know. I'm not sure. I mean, it wasn't like I went to. I lived down the street. It wasn't like he took me into his home and like.
Made you pick eggs.
Right. No, but I mean, he helped me out a lot, and
That's awesome.
and yeah, he had like this amazing helper at his house, who would like cook. He's like a chef, but also help with other things. And
Owen Wilson?
No, but this dude was like amazing and made food. Oh, it was. I mean, all like the most natural ingredients. I mean, that's where I would like to spend my summers.
Yeah.
In
Does Rick know
Malibu.
that?
Not like with Rick, but I'm saying like my experience in Malibu was like was awesome.
What's your relationship with Rick now?
Just like I didn't. It wasn't right for me. Didn't feel right to have my first major label album be executive produced by Rick Rubin. You know what I'm saying? To have it be that, So I wanted to wait. I think we're gonna talk about working on music for maybe the next one. But yeah, I mean, he's just like a friend. We stay in touch. He pointed me in the direction of some things around the city. In
New York City.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I think one of the most interesting parts of Rem's article was that you were like, this is my time to, when you were with Rick, to play music that wasn't recorded just for yourself.
Right.
And really, like, spend time, like, taking care and, like, finding yourself in that moment. I thought that was, like, such a forgotten piece of, like, being famous, I guess.
Yeah.
That's it.
Thanks. That was interesting. I am interesting. Thank you.
Yeah, Rick Rubin compliment and then Jeff compliment.
Yeah.
You're somebody who, I think you went directly from Pittsburgh, where you'd lived your whole life, to LA, and that was the second place you lived, right?
Yes.
So it was just sort of like diving into the deep end in terms of like celebrity, and I mean, this happened pretty quickly, right?
Yeah. I mean, I'd lived in Pittsburgh for a while. I did my fair share of stuff there, but LA was just a little more accessible.
Well, no, but the
Just
idea
like
of
celebrity
celebrity,
culture.
yeah.
Okay, cool. We're not only talking about drugs. Awesome.
No.
Well, I'd love to talk more about drugs.
No, but just,
no,
about the celebrity thing, though.
Yeah.
Like,
well, yeah. I mean, it's definitely a culture out there. But it is what you make it, and I think that's the conversation I've had, is that I have to, like, I had a lot of great friends out there too. Like, it wasn't just this dark place for me. I love LA.
yeah.
But I think my day-to-day lifestyle was just a bit unhealthy, and I wasn't into, like, I have to paint a certain LA for myself. That's kind of what I'm working on is making LA my day-to-day in LA. Like, I have to change the radio station.
Yeah.
Because what my LA is isn't what LA is necessarily. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot more to it. But yeah, I mean, the celebrity culture is all around. It's a lot of people in a certain industry.
Well, and do you think that you needed more? I don't want to say like down to earth, or normal or whatever, because what's normal? But do you think you needed more people in your life out there that weren't a part of that celebrity culture for you to get by?
No, I think for me, to be honest, a lot of the move was because I missed seasons, like, honestly, and I think that, like, waking up in LA every day and having it pretty much be the same day every day, because it's always great weather. It's always, it was actually, like, I'm from Pittsburgh. I need rain. I need, I need to go outside and to be cold sometimes. I need, like, I have a lot of fly winter gear that I want to rock.
There it is.
No, it's just a shift, man. Like, I'm 23 years old, and I'm blessed with the opportunity to be able to have a nice house in LA and then get an apartment here, and I just don't think I'm gonna live anywhere for like a long time. I gotta test the waters out.
Yeah.
Next, it's out of the country. We'll see.
Really?
We'll see.
It's going to be like Jersey Shore goes to Italy?
Yeah, exactly.
Malcolm goes to Ireland.
Yeah. I mean, who knows? We'll see. We'll see where the road takes us.
Are you still hanging out with the same guys?
Yeah, of course.
Well, I know. I mean, like, I follow or try to follow Jimmy on Instagram among other people, and Jimmy like seems to disappear.
Well, I mean, like, we all have a really important method of communication called the group text.
Yeah.
I'm not on the group text.
No, you're not on the group text. But
I just want to make clear. I don't know if you've seen my number come up.
So we all like stay in touch all the time and are all talking constantly. Everyone has like a personal journey to go through, and if he wants to hitchhike across the country, I'm not gonna come to him and be like, look, man, I know you want to do this personal growth thing, but I'm famous and I need regular friends. You know what I mean?
You sound like a wrestler from the 80s.
Because that's how I would hype him up to not go. But I'm saying, like, it's not that'd be selfish. You know, if somebody wants to do something for themselves, I'm not gonna just because it would be nice to have someone I grew up with around to watch my back from whatever. It's like you gotta let people do their thing.
Or don't, you know?
Or just be like, you must all live in the apartment across the hall.
I saw Entourage, so.
I mean, honestly, at any one time, what was the most number of people who were sleeping in your house? Like, regularly?
Probably like 9 or 10.
9 or 10.
Jesus.
Maybe 9.
So Jeff and I have been to that house. Like, obviously, we shot the TV series there, Mac Miller and the Mosto Family.
Yeah.
I think we'd also stopped there at other times. It was a really nice house in a nice sort of part of town where
It wasn't
your neighbors.
a nice part of town. It was right across the street from. I mean, not right across the street, but it was
Compton.
Yes, you had the nicest house in Compton.
Yeah, that's what.
Well, but your neighbors necessarily weren't your biggest fans.
Oh,
No.
hell no. No.
Did you?
You also didn't have a mailbox.
We didn't? That's what I'm saying. I don't even know.
Oh.
We had a P.O. box.
Yeah, but so Q.
Yeah, we had to send something to you.
Yeah.
And Q was like, "Oh, just send it to like this address," and we sent it, and then
We got it in our mailbox back, and we're like, "What happened?" And Q was like, "Oh man, the guy didn't throw it over the fence."
Yeah, that was one thing is that sometimes we just like the packages would be just thrown over the fence. So like, but yeah, I mean, it was a very disconnected place. You know, that's what my LA, has been, is like this imaginary world, which is great.
Sure.
But like, I'm currently in reality.
But you also didn't have much furniture in that place.
Yeah, well, we had a lot of furniture. If you go to my storage unit, you'll think otherwise. But we had a lot of furniture. We just had a lot of house. It was like over 6,000 square feet.
Yeah.
You know?
The studio wasn't that
Hotline
big.
Bling.
The studio wasn't that big.
No, the studio wasn't that big.
And then a lot of people would sleep down there, too.
Yeah, no, but the studio was cozy. I mean, that's my favorite studio I've ever recorded at.
Our mutual friend Ian, who directs all of your videos.
He stayed there for a while.
And all of our videos, he would be like, "Oh yeah, did you see my beanbag?"
Well,
Yep.
let's chill on the possessiveness, Ian. But I've spent many more nights on that beanbag than he has. But yeah, I mean,
but he really claimed it.
Yeah, we'll talk about. I mean, I'm gonna text him after this. But we'll like.
Can we be on the group text when you talk to him about it?
We'll see. Yeah, I mean, I would, because it was like the pool house was converted into the studio, and then so to get up to my room, you have to go up back into the house and then up a flight of stairs. So most nights I just was like, fuck it, just slept down there. There's a shower down there.
Well, who else slept down there? Who are some of the people who slept down there? Schoolboy Q.
Q would fall asleep, but he would always go home. You know,
He knew better.
No, I'm just saying, like, he, like, Soul would stay for like a week.
Wow.
Yeah. to the point that I could be like, yo, man, hey. But it'd be great because you'd come down and Soul would just be like brushing his teeth. He'd be like, what's up, man? Good morning. But I'm saying
He left his own toothbrush there?
No, he'd bring it with him.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm saying Soul stayed there a lot. A lot of different people crash. Yeah, Tabe would sleep over every now and then. Big rapper slumber parties.
Yeah.
We'd all tell ghost stories.
Did anybody pay back the favor by either letting you sleep at their place or making you breakfast in the morning?
Mm-hmm.
Well, no one like took. It was like that was the vibe of the place. It wasn't like the only one time Chuck English like was really trying to get ice cream sandwiches. That was like the only time that was like funny. I was like, Chuck, no, we don't have ice cream sandwiches. But that's like an inside joke with me and Soul, though, is that we were just down there and Chuck's like, yo, man, do you guys have those ice cream sandwiches? Can you go get me one? I was like, get your own fucking ice cream. What the fuck do you think this is? It wasn't like a situation like that. It just made sense, when you're making music until 6 a.m,
Sure.
crash.
So one of the times we stopped by, you played us a whole bunch of music. This was before your...
Probably
before watching movies, right?
Okay, maybe before Faces or watching movies.
I think it was before watching movies.
I don't listen to your music.
And we...
Not many people do, unless they're under the age of 14.
So we stopped by.
But those motherfuckers buy.
We stopped by and you played us some music, and none of that music in that form ended up on that album.
Yeah.
We heard stuff with there were so many features that none of them ended up on that. I mean, you had other features, but
right.
But the ones we heard did not end up on that album.
Yeah, I'm a hoarder.
Yeah, I've seen your furniture in your closet.
So this is not going to be the situation here. This is going to be a nice apartment. Besides that chair. So.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I'm constantly make music and just because it has a name on it, or it doesn't necessarily mean that it works with what I'm trying to do.
No, I hear that.
But could those songs end up somewhere else later on?
Yeah, I mean, I think that at some point I'm gonna do a basement tapes type thing.
Because I mean, you have to think of the other people's perspective too. You obviously go to them and say, "Hey, I have this good song, and I'd like you to be on it." And then you get it, they put in their work, and then you're like, you know what? Well, I'm gonna sort of sit on that.
It's like sharpening the sword. It's
yeah.
Like Thundercat and I have written thousands is too much, but a lot of songs, and it's not. He doesn't call me where the fuck is my music at that we made, man? I was at your house. I played an instrument and sang. What the fuck? But it's more it's happy to create.
Yeah.
So we get to I get to listen to it. Yeah, I got a bunch of random unreleased verses from people that are great, but it's not. If I do a verse for someone, it doesn't end up on an album. I'm not yo, can I at least get $100 and a pack of cigarettes?
No, of course. Right. Some fresh eggs, whatever.
Yeah.
Some ice cream sandwiches.
Well,
see, I took your inside joke and I made it for me now.
And Jeff's going to share it with me over our group text.
Yeah, go, dude, go.
Remember, obviously you do remember, the Pharrell project that you had?
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
That never came out.
I know.
That was Pink Slime?
Pink Slime,
and,
man. That had the bangers.
Did you have Pharrell rapping on that too with you?
Yeah.
Whoa.
There were tracks with him rapping, him doing hooks. One of the tracks we did actually ended up on Travis Scott's album. I'm not gonna
say which one.
I don't even know if I'm supposed to say that. I don't care. I mean,
that's dope though.
But no, it was dope, man. I mean, looking back, I wish we would have put that EP together, because I was right before, Pharrell, the resurgence of Pharrell happened.
Yeah.
So I would have looked super cool.
Well, a couple things.
I mean, you made Pharrell. I think yeah. Is that the pull quote from this?
No.
Did you record claims?
You recorded that in Miami with him?
Yeah, we did a lot of tracks together in Miami. I did a couple on the on my tour bus.
Well, what stopped that from coming out?
I think, there's moments like this it's a shame, because the world didn't get to hear a bunch of awesome music that Pharrell and I did. But I think there was and I get hit up about that project by fans all the time.
Yeah.
Where's Pink Slime? Where's Pink Slime?
McDonald's.
But no, I mean, yeah. You see the concept.
Yeah.
So we had a concept that was dope. We had music that was dope. Features had this joint with Styles P.
What?
It was me, Pharrell, Styles P. We had a joint with Currency, me, Pharrell, and Currency, that all three of us had a verse.
This is dope.
Yeah, it
Most
is.
dope.
Yeah.
Tagline. But I think at that point I had to make a decision, which I was proud of myself for making, that Pharrell is this artist who's years in the game and all the way up here, and I wanted to cement my own identity in what I did first, because I didn't want to, I wanted to I wanted to put out watching movies, basically.
Yeah. Okay. So when you were transitioning from your first to your second album, how much of that was you being like, I want to be taken seriously, and I don't want people to put me into this like idea of frat rap or this idea of white rap or whatever,
or whatever pitchfork threw at you. Yeah. No, like really, like
honestly,
No, for me, I think for me when I just went into watching movies, it was less like I want to be taken seriously and more like I'm not gonna try and make big records. Like I'm not gonna try and I'm just gonna make music and put an album together. And just focus on. And really dive in and work hard in what an album is. I mean, did I want to be taken seriously? Yeah, who doesn't?
Well, sure.
I mean, us.
I was gonna say besides you guys, but I'm saying
Well, no, but like honestly, like there was a time I think you were probably hesitant of like working with us, like at least musically, because you were probably like, well, I don't want to have my craft be mixed up with like these fools.
Right. Well, no, yeah, definitely. I mean, there was definitely a time period where I've realized that it was just touchy for me. You know what I'm saying? Like not like one wrong move could end everything, but like just that like I started to see how people took certain things I did and didn't want to be thought of as anyone that didn't really take this. It's not like that I didn't take this seriously,
right.
Like that because I do, and obviously for the past couple years or whatever, I like this is something very near and dear to my heart. It is my heart. And I just want to say that no. So I I mean, obviously, like certain things affected me as a 19-year-old kid, but I think for the most part, when I transitioned to watching movies, which if you listen is because I remember Nas had, not the rapper,
right, the writer
Nas had said that this, if you listen to the catalog, it's not as huge of a departure as everyone was making it seem, which was like yeah, I mean, there weren't these super big records on watching movies that fit a certain audience, but it was just a focused album. It was just to me an improved album, and I think that's what people always are like if like I played some people the newest record, Good AM, September 18th, and they said, "Oh, I don't mean to offend you, but this is your best album yet. Like, this is better than the last one. No offense." I'm like, none taken. That's like the point, you know.
Seems like a compliment.
Seems
like a good thing.
You want to keep, improving and being different. So yeah.
Well, no offense. This is your best apartment yet. Hope you don't mind.
No offense. This apartment is better than the last one. Nothing bad about your last apartment, but that's kind of what it is. Like, not saying your last album was bad, but this one's better. I'm like,
did you play the new record for Rick Rubin?
No, I haven't actually. I played him some songs when I was playing records off this, because the album I played him was finished.
Yeah.
And it's so tight. I can't wait. That will come out in some way or the other. But this album, when I was playing him records, it was in such a chaotic state. Mm-hmm. There was like stuff all over. So like I'm the type of dude that like I'm playing him records just because I made them last night. You know what I'm saying? So I can be like, yo, made this last night. What do you think? You know what I'm saying? Like, not thinking in my head, like, this is Rick Rubin. You should play, like, the songs that are like, this is the for sure. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. He heard some records off the new album, and he would give his opinion and liked them, But it just, I wanted the work we did to reflect, like, the stuff we did a couple summers ago. So I didn't want to just bring them in with like 50 records and be like, make this make sense, please.
Here, sit here for like days.
Right. So because I knew that I knew that it was important for this album for me to figure out what I wanted to do and do it.
Yeah.
First of all, the candle smells great.
Thank you. It's Patty Wax Apothecary, Amber and Smoke. We got it at Brooklyn.
See?
Oh my God, you're so Brooklyn now. Even though you're living in like the least Brooklyn part of Brooklyn.
First of all, Fuck you.
Mac likes his candles multi-layered, but he likes his tea very basic.
Yeah, very basic.
So you are living in New York. You had a bunch of cars in L.A.
Right. What am I
including-
doing with them?
Yeah.
Where are they? Are they in a closet? And two, we want to hear the Fisker story.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, where is that car now?
Well, no. Like,
No, we
tell,
know it's
tell
on the
people
highway.
origin.
Yeah.
Okay, well, first, my car, I have a huge storage unit in LA. Anyone in LA who wants to find it and rob me, the code is 6784.
Is it really?
No.
No.
Fuck no. I don't even know what the code is.
See, but now he's throwing us off by saying no.
I've never been there, but I have like all my stuff in LA there. I'm getting one of my cars shipped here. I'm going to have a place in LA too that I'll keep the other car there. Yeah, and I have a parking spot in my building, which is clutch.
Yeah.
Here in New York.
Have you met your neighbors here?
Yeah. I'm like a man of the people. I'm out walking around.
Well, your last place, your neighbors hated you.
Right. But I'm just saying, like, I'm not recording music here, so that's why they don't hate me.
So you won the Fisker from a complex contest. We were there when you found out
that I won.
that you won.
I was
and
super
we were
excited,
like,
probably.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think you were more confused. You were just like, what?
I won a car, but it's not my car. But
Right.
And then they give it to you, and it's worth what, $100,000 or something like that.
Yeah.
And
Well, more with parts.
and
Just
what a
chop
Fisker
it down.
is. A Fisker is it's a electric car, right?
Yeah, it's supposed to be.
Yeah. And so for those people who didn't see it on TV, tell them how it went down.
Yeah, we I pulled off from the dealership and it's like, yeah, I want to drive the new car home. Like, that's the point. We took a car service out there so we could just drive the car back. And we're on the highway, first drive, and all of a sudden it just stops working. And we're like in a busy 4 lanes, like, you know, like those 6-lane highways in fucking LA. And we're just like, I forget where we were. We're like, but somewhere it's just not tight to break down. And we just like, the car just stopped. It wasn't even like it ran out of juice and I had some time to like, it was just like, and then like everything locked. Like I couldn't turn. I couldn't push any pedals. I couldn't even brake.
And this is being filmed at the time.
Yeah.
And Instant from Complex is in the back seat.
Right, yeah. I'm like, the fuck, man? Why couldn't you guys get me a Tesla? We were just on the side of the road for a while, and I was trying to stay positive. And then we got it towed, and
You were charged up, but the car wasn't.
yeah, I know. I'm charged up. And then I gave it to my dad.
You gave it to your dad?
Yeah.
An unworking car?
No, I fixed it first.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You mean you had it fixed?
Yeah, I had it fixed.
You
No,
weren't- you
I
were
went
not
under
there,
the
like,
hood.
wrenching on the car.
No, of course I was. With like a skateboard under there, you know,
Right.
all greasy.
The whole thing. Yeah.
Right. You turned into Don Draper.
Yeah, I would love to.
So the
Disappear?
you gave that car to your dad, and has it worked fine since then?
Yeah.
Also, was that like just an everyday present, or was it like, hey, I'm gonna save this for Father's Day, and it's like, yo,
No. I think it was
Little
just
hand-me-down.
I think I was just like, hey, Dad, do you want this car? And he was like, yeah, fuck yeah. It was funny because when the car's driving down the street, it looks kind of like a Maserati, and like so. I remember this one time, like it's like a head turner. Like, who's driving that?
yeah.
So, and I see a car coming down the street one time in Pittsburgh. I'm like, who the fuck is driving this in Pittsburgh? And I'm like, my dad? You know? So it was like, I actually got to experience like it from a third party.
That's dope.
By the way, so I follow your brother on Twitter, or on Instagram.
He's a creative guy.
He's a creative guy. A lot of his followers seem to think that he's your father,
Really?
which makes me laugh every single time.
That's so tight.
Well, how did you? So you were originally Easy Mac, like growing up, and then you changed it. Like, how'd you?
I don't recall.
Okay.
I'm joking.
No,
Go ahead.
but how'd you get? Like, why? Your brother's name is Miller.
Right.
How'd you get to be Mac Miller?
Because I wanted to fuck his life up forever and
Yeah.
have people call him Miller forever.
It's nice.
Yeah.
No,
Gave
no.
your father a car and your brother a complex.
Yeah, exactly. And then Complex gave me the car. Hey. No, You know what's funny though, because no one ever believes me, but I wasn't even thinking about my brother when I chose
Rude.
that name. Like, I mean, which is fucked up of me, but I'm saying
Yeah.
it wasn't like I was like, oh, I want to take my brother's name.
You were just like Mac Miller.
Well,
that's
Miller
it?
is like a family last name.
Oh, really?
So I remember it was actually, it was me and Q were on the phone, and when I was like 16. We're like, man, we got to do something about this name, man. We got to switch it. I want it to be like just a name. You know, it's like, hey, there's Mac. You know him. Everyone knows our friend Mac. So, you know, I just said that one, and we're like, yeah, that's the name. And I remember the test out. I was at some place in Pittsburgh where you had to sign in, and I wrote, or I said, they're like, what's your name? It's like Mac Miller. Just like to test out how it felt to have that name.
Mhm.
Sure.
And they were like, that sounds like a designer. And I was like, ha, keeping it. Perfect. You know,
Who said that to you?
the person that was taking the names down.
Yeah, but that seems like a plant almost. Like it's like sounds like a designer.
Most dope by Mac Miller. Close.
The cologne.
No, so yeah. Yeah, we just knew that we had to change from Easy Mac whenever. Because at first, Jimmy actually came up with Easy Mac.
Mm-hmm.
I don't come up with anything myself until this album.
Right.
But Jimmy came up with Easy Mac because it was like, it wasn't, it's a joke. You know, we were like,
Sure.
But it was called, also, it was just like, you know, Easy E.
Right.
You know,
okay.
like, but then I think, like, sometimes I never take myself too seriously, so, like, I would, like...
Except when it comes to recording with It's The Real. That's when you take yourself very
Right,
seriously.
seriously. No, but I'm just saying, like, at that time, I didn't at all. So, like, I would, like, post pictures with me and, like, bowls of macaroni and cheese.
You know the group Bare Naked Ladies?
Yeah, I've heard.
Okay. So they have some sort of inside
It's
joke.
been 1 week since you looked at me.
They had
Keep
some sort of like inside joke where all their fans would during concerts throw lots of like Easy Mac macaroni and cheese like on stage.
Really?
Just boxes of it.
So
yeah.
they could eat on tour?
No, I think it's just like
An
they're
inside
like,
joke?
Yeah, an inside joke. Did you ever have that with your fans where they were like
No, because, like, I don't...
Because you don't care about your fans.
No, because I don't look fondly upon that name. I'm not like, ha, man, I used to be Easy Mac. I'm like, fuck, I used to be Easy Mac.
Jimmy.
Jimmy, go hitchhike across the country and think about this.
Man, you sound just like Thundercat when he gets angry at you. Same voice.
Yeah.
We met Thundercat one time with Miguel in Chicago, actually.
Oh, right.
Yeah. And he was like super nice, amazingly talented.
Yeah.
Little eccentric.
He's a wild dude.
Yeah. But like, it's funny when we met him. Then we were just like, "Oh, that's cool." And then you just start noticing, like, everyone talks about him, especially you. Is he like what kind of collaborator is he?
He's
Selfish?
No, he's the best. He's actually just one of the greatest musicians I've seen in person play something. Like I mean, that's like one of my best friends. But like I've gotten the privilege to just jam out with him and witness him do some pretty amazing things musically, and he's like behind a lot of stuff that's like the Kendrick album, you know, like there's certain songs on the Kendrick album, and this isn't a knock, but there's certain songs on the Kendrick album where I'm like, this is like a thunder, like, you know what I'm saying, where you like hear, you're like, oh shit, that's like fucking Thundercat, you hear it so much. So it's dope, man. Like, he's out here. And
That's cool.
I just saw him play with Kamasi at the Blue Note.
Who all has been to your apartment here? Anybody? How long have you been here for?
About a month or two.
Okay.
So besides Rembert,
Rembert
have
has
your
been
parents
here.
been here?
No.
Okay.
Rembert's been here. My girlfriend's dad just left this morning.
Ian?
My girlfriend's dad.
No. I'm saying in addition.
Oh.
the third one, yeah.
No, Ian is not my
How
girlfriend.
old is Ian?
He looks old.
Ian's been here.
beard.
Thundercat's been here. Craig Jenkins has been here.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Yeah.
Is he writing it up for Vice, or is he just?
I don't
hanging
know.
out?
I don't know. He came by to hear the album
Okay.
because he takes himself seriously. You know?
Sure.
No, a few people, but it's not that kind of spot. You know,
Right. I mean, like that's like my real question, which
Right.
is like, is it a conscious decision? What's the thinking?
The idea is that I'm gonna get a place somewhere and kind of never recreate something that's gone, but create my work environment or the hangout, if you will. Just a workspace somewhere. And then to separate home, like I want home.
Right.
That's kind of a big idea about living here, is like to have my home that I don't have a studio in, that I don't work in.
Yeah.
That, like I go to work and then come home and not be surrounded by work, or not not have a bunch of, like if I have the opportunity to go in and make music every day, like I'm gonna do that, and that's not what I need to be doing. I mean, I have an office here that I'm gonna have a little beat making stuff just to put down ideas. But no, for the most part, this is gonna be home, which is I'm super excited for.
That's great.
Yeah.
When was the last time you took the subway?
Last night.
Well.
I was like, there's no way that Mac takes the subway.
No, it was on last night.
Really?
Yeah, yesterday.
Do you know how well do you know the subway, Mac?
Horrible. My girl's really good at it.
Not so much.
No, I'm like, if we just get out there, we can take an Uber. But the subway's cool. It was fucking hot last night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people recognize me in the subway, but then you're in the subway car, you're already on the train, it's moving, so you can't be like, all right, man. Well,
yeah.
There's no part of you that just walks across the entire thing.
No, I mean, I just I can have conversations with people.
Sure.
Prove it.
This is yeah. There's some of those sound waves that are me.
Do you try and disguise yourself at any point?
We were actually making that joke the other day because I always get recognized when I walk around, and I don't know what it is, but there's nothing I can do.
Well, it might be the tattoos all over you.
I've covered the tattoos.
With what?
With gloves?
No, I've literally pulled my hoodie
real emo.
over my hands, right? Put the hood up. We were just making that joke. It's like if my nose was popping out, so we'd be like, "Yo, there's a nose ring left. No, that's Mac Miller." Let's see the. Oh shit, I know that nose. I've walked around with a fake beard before.
Really?
Yeah, that didn't
Over
work.
your real beard?
But no, a long one. I did that on tour, which is you can't, because I was seeing if I could on Jimmy Kimmel they have them dress up and go that shit didn't work for me.
You couldn't do a Miley Cyrus thing where you just do a fake accent?
Well, it's
but those are all tourists who don't know anything,
right? But this is also the funny thing is that I'm at a certain point of celebrity where I'm not that if we did an episode like that on Jimmy Kimmel, most of what would happen would be, so what do you think about Mac Miller? And most of it would be, who?
Yeah.
That would be and that would be great TV.
I disagree, but sure.
It would be. I mean, that would be funny for me.
So at a certain point, you and Rostrum decided to part ways, and
Yeah.
then you went looking for a major label specifically, right?
I think I knew where it was going to go. I think. I did stuff independently for a while, just
Right.
myself. And I got sick of paying for everything.
Sure.
So. No, but I was looking for a company to work with. So a major label, pretty much.
So did you visit all the major labels?
Yeah, I met with every single one.
Did any of them go above and beyond what you expected in terms of presentation or food or anything?
No, because that shit wouldn't work on me. You know?
No, but just as a sort of you won't leave hungry type of.
But you know what? How we did it is, we actually had most of the meetings. I made everyone come to me.
Like LeBron James.
No, I just had because that was when we were in the sanctuary still. So it was you have to be able. If I'm going to sign with you, you have to be able to kick it in this room.
Wait, the Rick Rubin Sanctuary?
No. At
The Mac Miller one.
in the Studio City house.
Yeah,
Oh, gotcha.
Where the
Yeah.
beanbags.
Yeah.
So
Where the neighbors didn't like him.
So Cameron Strang, who's Warner. Actually, when we had our meeting, he came through. He's like 6'8". He came through and just like picked, like everybody else like would sit on the couch or something, or like a chair like that we would have set up for these meetings. But he came, sat right on a beanbag.
That's dope.
And just kicked it and chilled for like a while. Like he hung
Days?
out. He was like Absol all over again. Just like wake up and Cam Strang is brushing his teeth. No, but he
made you breakfast.
no, he was there till like 10:30, 11, like just hanging out, listening to music. And one of the things I really liked about is what songs he liked. You know what I'm saying?
Of yours.
Yeah.
Not, once again, Red Hot Chili Peppers or...
No. It was like, I play music and what he would be like, oh, I like that one. And I'd be like, because I would try and I met with certain labels that I would just try and weird out.
On purpose.
Yeah, just for fun.
Sure.
Just to like, because I have such a variety of music that like, I have like probably 20 songs that are just like depressing electronic songs that I sing about like.
And you were like, this is my new direction.
Right,
what do you think about like 20 songs like this?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and so like, I'd have like a label come through and I would, and I think it was RCA came through and I played them a whole bunch of really left field songs, and they still called back and wanted to. I was like, "Hey, okay, fuck you, yeah."
They're like, we see Usher on this?
No. They were like, "Oh, it was cool," but yeah, I met with everybody. I went to certain offices. I went and met with Jimmy.
Yeah.
Had my Jimmy Iovine meeting.
That's cool.
That was sick.
Wait.
I thought you were talking about Jimmy, your friend.
Jimmy
Friend
was
of a
one of the
rapper, yeah.
labels that we met with.
Jimmy Iovine while he was still at Interscope?
Yeah, I mean, it was known that he was departing.
Right.
So we met with the new president too. But
So Interscope, did you Def Jam
yeah, I did Def Jam.
out there?
Yeah,
Was that with No ID or?
That was with, because me and No ID, I've been in the studio together. He actually helped me name this album.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, what was his input?
Well, because the working title was called Good Morning.
Okay.
And I was like, I have this album, and it's called Good Morning, but I don't like it. Like, I don't want it to be called that. I just like the concept. But, like, every time I hear Good Morning, I hear Kanye.
Kanye, yeah.
Right. And I'm talking to No ID about this.
Yeah.
Was he familiar?
and he was just like, call that shit Good AM. And I was like, okay. And he's like, you can just have that one. So, yeah. So, shout out No ID. But I met with everyone.
Atlantic?
No.
Oh, okay. So
not
everyone.
everybody.
I didn't even Atlantic. It wasn't any, like, negative towards Atlantic.
Sure.
I think for me, it was that...
You were too much like Flo Rida, and you were just like, well...
No. For me, it was that everyone has secretly thought I've been on Atlantic this whole time.
Oh, true.
So, like, if I would have been like, and now I'm on Atlantic, it'd have been like, I knew it! So, yeah. So,
but the funny thing about Warner is, so Warner and Atlantic are under the same corporate umbrella.
Wait a minute. Warner distributes Macklemore stuff. Hold on.
and so they had all of their rap artists put over on Atlantic at a certain point, except Drake has his situation over there. October's Very Own is
separate.
OVO Sound is over at Warner,
Right.
And you're over at Warner, and that's basically it. Like as far as like rap acts, right?
They have
And Currency, I think,
kid.
right?
No, Currency's over at Atlantic.
Oh.
They have Dahlia Jack. Putting you on.
Yeah.
But no, but I mean that they're starting to build. Like Cam is trying to build something there.
That's cool.
So,
But I didn't know if that was like a plus for you, where you're like, oh, I'll stick out. Like I'll just be like one of few.
It was a plus for me that it was like they're building something new, and I'm gonna be one of the faces of it.
Yeah.
Me and the owl.
Yeah.
That's fucking. I'll stand next to that owl any day of the fucking week. I know, and that hotline bling.
It's a great song.
Nice.
It's a fucking beautiful song.
It is.
But no, I mean, yeah, that was a huge plus for me. I think.
Have you?
When are you and Drake going to work together?
Yeah.
Hopefully soon.
Well,
I keep on asking, and he keep on saying no.
Oh.
It's like
Oh,
no,
wow.
It's like this
no.
relationship all over again.
No. But I like everything is timing for me. So when it feels right, it will happen. Yeah.
So we had Alchemist on.
Yeah.
And he's the best.
The Alchemist is the best.
And he was instrumental in introducing you and Eminem in Japan, right?
Yeah. I'm in Japan, and me and Al go record shopping. By the way, Alchemist is just so legendary. And like the fact of how relevant he is now is crazy. Because I'm looking at pictures of like him, Premier, Dilla, and D'Angelo, and you're like,
Photoshop, right?
No, what I'm saying, it's like crazy. And like we've been over at Al's watching old Mobb Deep tour footage. That's like just amazing. We go record shopping, and they have the show, and I'm like, I'd love to go. I didn't plan on meeting Eminem. I didn't think it would happen. With the help of Al and Paul.
Yeah.
I forget the other dude's name.
Eminem.
But no, they came and brought me backstage, and I had a broken arm at the time. And Em walked out, and
Oh yeah, how'd you break your arm?
oh my God, that was when I was on tour with Wiz, the Under the Influence tour.
That explains it.
No, I was on stage, and I'm like, I keep my cool, like I don't get mad, but my power on stage kept going out, and I swear either Wiz or Benji was pulling my plug. No. No.
And that's why you signed with Warner.
No, I'm joking. No, but my power kept going out, so it would go out. But like my mic would stay on. So like the first time it happened, I'm standing out there for like 5 minutes talking to the crowd, which on stage is like it's like a decade.
Right. So
I'm like, just like, hey everybody.
Did you do crowd work?
Yeah.
And who here's from out of town?
So, how about that ride in?
It's hot out.
No, so like the first time, I'm like, I take my show really seriously. I take myself really seriously. So, just talking to the crowd, and I walk back to backstage, and I'm like, all right, I'm a little pissed. Like we only did like the first song, part of it. So I'm like, we're going to I was like, so they say, oh, everything's back and running. So I tell the crowd, all right, I'm coming back. I'm going to start the show from the beginning, and you're going to pretend that you haven't seen me. So I come back, and the energy's fucking crazy there, because like if you tell the crowd to do something, they do it. Yeah. If you're me.
For everyone out there.
If you want to know how to work a crowd, just tell them what to do. But actually, that's like great advice. Tell them what to do. They want to be told. But you go. So I go backstage. I come back on stage, and it happens. And then I'm performing, and then shit shuts down again. So I lose it. Not on stage. I'm like, okay, guess we're having technical difficulties. See you in a second. I walk backstage, and I throw a Gatorade across the room, and I go into my dressing room and just start punching shit and breaking shit, and just freaking the fuck out because no one is handling the shit, and I can't. If I could fix the fucking, I would do it myself, you know. And I guess what they're saying is like a cord got unplugged. It was like it was Benji and Wiz. Just joking. No. But like,
now when something gets unplugged, we call it a rostrum.
Right, I call her. I'm like, hey, Benj, I know we don't work together anymore, but my toaster's unplugged.
He's like, what? I'm like, hang on.
No. But so I go, I'm freaking the fuck out, and I break everything in the dressing room, and then I get to the bathroom, start punching the shower and breaking all these things, and and then like I turn around and just like in a rage I like wind up because there's a door, and in my head I'm like, I'm gonna punch through this fucking door to be like the exclamation point to this whole sentence. Mm-hmm. So
well,
I'm like,
let me tell you something.
And I go to punch through the door, and then it's cement.
Oh.
So like,
were you in jail?
It's like a cement door. So so my hand just folds. So it's like for those of you at home listening, I have a thumb
Still.
An index. I mean, a pointer finger. I think you call that. Then a middle finger. And then the rest of my hand was folded under.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
I think you need to work on your form.
So or just punch non-cement doors. So I'm kind of freaking out, crying a little bit, and I'm like, that sounds. I think that sounded cooler than that. But then they come to me and they say, "You're ready. You're ready to go on." So I'm like, "Fuck." Okay, so I'm like, "All right, let's go," and I went, held the mic with my left hand the whole time. And like did the whole show
With a flappy hand?
with a flappy hand.
Wow.
This is my strong hand. So I do the whole show, and then right after, hop in the ambulance and go to the hospital and get fucking all types of drugs. So because they have to
Yeah.
they have
Did anybody notice of your
In the
handlers or
crowd?
whatever? No, yeah. Nobody was like, I think something's
in the
wrong with your
back
hand.
row.
No,
Yo, your hand.
No. See, Mac had to tell them to call an ambulance, and the audience did. Yeah.
that actually would have been great.
Yeah.
No,
Put your hands up.
My handlers. What does that mean again? Like people that work with me.
Yes.
Yeah, they all knew. I showed them. I was like, my hand is completely broken, and they're like, what do you want to do? And I was like, let's do the show because it was really badly broken.
Well,
so they had to set my.
Is that the most stereotypically rock star moment that you've had?
Yes.
You think? You're just like.
I mean, other than drug addiction,
And being a Rick Rubin type.
and I mean drinking a fifth of Jameson every show. Yeah, sure.
Have you
That
ever?
was on your rider?
I drank a fifth of Jameson on stage every night.
Yikes!
Wow. That's how you would time things.
Yeah,
You're like,
looks
bye.
like I'm almost done.
Were you sponsored by them?
No.
what a
Missed opportunity.
Yeah,
I
missed
should
opportunity.
be, but I mean, I was like 19,
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
No, it's but there was. Anyways, I have too many stories. But yeah, so I go to meet Eminem. He makes fun of me for my hand, which made me comfortable because I'm like, but that was the most starstruck I'd ever been for sure.
Mhm.
I didn't think because I've met a lot of people and been cool, hanging out, But M walked out and I was just like, holy shit, that's Eminem.
How did you get the camera on verse?
Oh, me and Cam did a few songs together. I just hung out at his house a bunch of times.
In New Jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has a strip club.
It calls
in
it
his
the
house.
Boom Boom Room.
Yeah.
Look, man, I'm not giving away anything about
No.
his house. It's his house.
Yeah.
But I hung out with him. I hung out with him and his mom one time.
Oh, Virgie.
Virgie.
Yeah, Virgie's great.
Yeah.
So we just recorded music and just kicked it. And it's funny because we were going to do a project for Christmas. We were going to do a Christmas album. But it was around the same time I was going to do the Pharrell EP. I was also going to do a Cameron Christmas album.
Okay.
And he wanted to do it like Step Brothers themed.
Yo, I was originally when you mentioned that you let the Pharrell thing pass because you're like, I had a vision, and I was thinking long term. Now I think you're wrong. Like you didn't put out that Cam project. You should have put both of them out.
I know. I mean, looking back, I wish I did, but I think to me it's just what I put out. I made 9 albums before I put this one out. So to me, it's and nothing I do is whack. So all of them were great, but no. So
that's why none of them come out.
No, but that's what I'm saying is that it's not because of quality. It's just because what's the think before you speak.
Wait, can we talk about the first time you met Nas? Not the rapper Nas.
The writer.
Nas. Yeah.
Okay. The story of meeting Nas for the first time is better.
What was that like?
Well, I'm curious of when this fucking song is gonna come out because I did the beat for the song. It's me, Nas, and Boldy James.
You produced a song for Nas
with me doing a verse and the hook, and then him doing a verse and Boldy doing a verse.
Wow.
Yeah, and I had to make the beat in front of him.
Wow.
Was super.
Wait, had to?
Yeah, why?
Well, had to meaning that's fucking terrifying.
No.
But why?
I mean, is this a Hennessy event where they're
Oh, no,
contractually you have to make it in front of him?
No. It was that's how it ended up happening. We came to the studio, I pulled out my stuff and started working. He didn't even know who I was.
He was like, so you're the engineer, huh?
Yeah,
He was like, yo, alchemist.
No, so I start working, and I'm sitting right next to him. We're smoking a blunt. And I'm making this beat and just trying to not think about the fact that Nas is sitting next to me, and I'm working, playing chords, and he turns over. He's like, "Yo, you a genius." I was like, I peed a little bit.
Yeah, that disproved that real quick.
No. That was. Yeah, so there's a song, I think it's coming out in the Mass Appeal album whenever that comes out.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but it's great. And his verse is crazy. I think when I get on songs with people, they rap really well because they don't want there to be any chance that I have a better verse.
That's cool, though.
That's tight.
Yeah.
That's it's flattery.
That's real cool.
It's not. It's if you get a verse from someone and it's a doo-doo verse, you know they don't give, like, they're like, I don't even have to try. You know, that's like a thing. If someone actually raps on something with you, that means that they're like, I have to come to play. So Nas came to play.
That's awesome. Well, Mac, I'm happy to say you seem like you're in a really good place. Physically and spiritually.
And Brooklyn.
In Brooklyn. No, we're happy to have you on the East Coast. Hopefully we can see you more.
Happy to be here.
And congratulations on the new album.
Thank you.
Good AM, September 18th.
Yeah,
Warner Brothers Records.
Remember Music, Warner Brothers. Yeah, that's our label there. Yeah. Remember Music, Warner Brothers.
Do you remember music?
Yes. I want the people to. The tour. I'm trying to go through all the promo things. Tour is go to haveagoodam.com. That's where you should go.
How many websites do you have at this point?
A lot.
A lot, right?
Yeah, I had one. I had a Tumblr back in the day called 2 Girls 1 Mac.
Nice.
Yeah. Good AM, September 18th. Make sure you get that. Pow, 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 pow.
Thank you, everybody, for listening to our interview with Mac Miller. We just want to send our love, our support, our condolences to Mac's family, to Mac's friends, to Q, Jimmy, Clockwork, Ian, everybody in the Most Dope family, Rostrum, Warner, Pittsburgh, anybody who listened to Mac's music or interacted with him in any way, whether you got to actually meet him or not. We're all in this together. And we all have to get through this together. As Mac said on his song America, I'ma live forever, 'cause a legend never dies.
God bless Malcolm McCormick, a.k.a. Mac Miller,
a.k.a. #1 album having ass motherfucker, a.k.a. motherfucking Macadelic dropping ass motherfucker, a.k.a. Pink Slime about to come out soon, a.k.a. Bonnaroo performing ass motherfucker, a.k.a. Gucci bracelet and a diamond rollie on, a.k.a. the motherfucking shit, a.k.a. bar mitzvah twice cause I got money like that, a.k.a. been fucking bitches since I was 2, a.k.a. the best interviewer in the whole motherfucking planet, a.k.a. 2 mics, 1 Mac, 2 girls, 1 Mac, 3 bitches, 1 Mac. Hey, look, and that's a wrap.
Bow, 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 blugga, 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 blugga.